through sports and spending time with my peers, it gave me enough self-confidence to return to school. I started off at San Jose City College and ended up with my master's in counseling at San Jose State University. My master's degree offered me the opportunity to go to work at Santa Clara Valley Medical Center, where I currently work as the peer support coordinator for persons with traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries.
Where's the wet? Where's your dad? Oh dear.
Yeah, we've been together 3 years.
For 3 years.
The guy was just
Okay. And I'll take your boarding pass. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's called a sperm whale and it's blowing. It's a humpback whale.
For using a computer, the only adaptive equipment that I need, well, it makes things a lot easier, is a trackball. And I used to use a typing aid. I have a U-cuff with a pointer on it, and I type one-handed. Backup steering or sensitized steering, which I don't think he needs it, but I want to at least give him that option. Okie doke. All right, thanks, Liz. Talk to Julian, and I was thinking, make like a U-cuff on the shifter, but it like sets on top of the shifter and loops around so that he can slide his hand, and it's connected to the button so that he can push it over, which will press the button in, and then pull that shifter down.
Just got a hand control in it.
However, so transferring is a little easier.
Yeah.
Are depending on how they're equipped, anywhere from $42,000 to $50,000.
What's kind of the first step that people need to look at?
We would just add a easy lock, a lockdown bracket.
Just turning his AC on.
Oh, I need to know.
So it's a 6-way adjustable seat. Then it'll go up and down, left and right, and forward and back. And so I can position pushing it wherever I want.
My initial reaction once I realized that I was complete quad was one of, anger. I got stuck on focusing on all the loss that I was going to miss out on, and that created a lot of anger for me. So I was your typical angry quad for a couple of years. When I started to focus on the things that I could still do instead of what I couldn't do, it really helped with the anger. A lot of the anger started to go away. In every month and every year when I would start to, see people and I hadn't seen for a while, everyone would say, "Ah, you seem much happier." And, that just continued and where most of the time I don't even think about being paralyzed or in a wheelchair when I go out in public, and I'm sure a lot of guys in chairs that have been there for a while, you just get over that and you just, for yourself, this is me, So the deciding factors that got me turned around were two things, well, probably three, but the two initial was deciding to go back to school at Fresno City College, and the second was meeting someone else, a girl, and falling in love and realizing that, someone is going to want me. The chair's not going to scare away everyone. There are some women who are able to overlook that and love me for who I am and not treat me like they're my attendant. And the third thing, which came on later, was playing quad rugby. So those three things really helped. The independence came with quad rugby. The more I played quad rugby, the more independent and the stronger I got. Went from a power chair to a manual chair. Hanging out with guys that were in chairs, seeing how they battled things or overcame things, helped me realize that I need to start trying things that I just assumed that I couldn't do or would let someone else do for me. If you want to be independent, you've got to work on your strength, you've got to work on your endurance. You've got to get into your community, which is guys in chairs and the people that you have things in common with. Makes it easier. I think if you just focus on what you can still do, you'll be a lot happier. Don't dwell on the things that we'll never do. My last bit of advice for quads is do what you can do, even if it takes you a little longer, because it just helps with your relationships with other people that are around you, whether it's your wife, your brother, your best friend, your co-workers. If you do the little things for yourself, even though it takes you a little longer, I know it's a lot easier to just ask someone, can you go get me a Coke out of the fridge? But if you can do that, do it. 'Cause it's just going to help you in the long run with your own self-respect. And when you really do need help, when those around you that are the closest, they'll help you without any attitude. They're more willing to help you when they know that you've already tried it and you know that you can't do it. So when you can do something, put in a little extra effort and do it for yourself.